What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about DraftKings. If you are a DraftKings investor, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. But today I want to go into what they announced because I don't think the stock price reflects just how big this news is. This news could possibly give them a whole new market to devote resources and start generating revenue from, and also the possibility of getting added to a newer ETF. So we'll cover all that in my thoughts in today's video. So the big news is DraftKings will be entering the gamified NFT marketplace. But let's be honest, guys, in my opinion, the DraftKings marketplace right now, it's kind of mediocre. It's got some decent stuff in here, but nothing too exciting. It's just more of a collection. Like, for example, they have the autograph stuff. Nothing like really exciting in my opinion. But with them announcing this partnership with the NFL Players Association, I think this is going to change everything. So starting next year, people will be able to play these NFT-based games that feature their favorite NFT players. And this will come with licensing rights, so they'll be able to use names, images for all these active players. And from another article I found this, DraftKings will be using the licensing rights to create a fantasy-style game where users can go head-to-head against each other using their NFTs. So for those football fanatics, they'll be able to buy, let's say, a quarterback, Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, whoever they feel. And I'm thinking you'll get their stats, you know, they'll get your uniform. Kind of think of it like a Madden game where you get certain stats and you'll be able to play against another person. So I think that is awesome. You'll be able to buy like a wide receiver, a quarterback. And essentially what I think this means is the start or beginning of a metaverse. Metaverse has been one of the hottest trends recently, so these guys are adapting that pretty fast, and that's great to hear. They also say the format will be similar to an NFT platform called Sorare. I haven't heard of this one, but I do like what DraftKings is doing. It's showing that they're being pretty aggressive in trying to take some of this market. They're being quick to adapt competition, right? So for example, think Amazon and Walmart. Long ago, Walmart could have probably bought them or took them out. At the very least, Walmart could have adapted what they were doing. Things wouldn't have turned out the way they are now, right? Because they basically let Amazon grow and grow. They didn't consider them competition, and now Amazon is basically bigger than Walmart. So that's why I'm liking DraftKings, because they're being quick to acknowledge competition and start expanding into a new market. And so just moving back to this image, think about maybe buying the best quarterback that you have, but now people actually be able to bet inside the metaverse. How crazy is that? So basically, DraftKings will be taking over a whole new market. They're going to be able to sell, buy NFTs related to the sports. They're also going to be able to bet. So kind of just doing some tinfoil hat. I mean, the possibilities for this is pretty big. So looking at the price today, I don't really think the market is really taking in the possibilities for this. I actually ended up buying a few shares with the $100 deposit for our public portfolio. I bought them at 31.28, so towards the very end, near the bottom. So I'm feeling pretty confident because this news makes me realize how big of a market the DraftKings can actually take and how ambitious of a company it is. As you know, Facebook shook the world when they changed their Facebook name to Meta and they announced the Metaverse. So ever since then, people have been hyping around Metaverse. And now there's actually an ETF, which gives investors the opportunity to get an exposure to the Metaverse. And so now that DraftKings is technically in the gamified NFTs, that's just like the tip of the iceberg, or just like teasing at us that they could be doing more into the Metaverse. I want to show you the current positions for the Meta ETF, and I did a search and there is no DraftKings in here. So now I'm thinking that DraftKings could be eligible to maybe get a small stake into here, which could possibly give us some buying pressure and possibly move the stock back to the higher 30s. So want to wrap up the video by just showing you guys a quick metric. So basically what the price to sales ratio means is the amount an investor is willing to pay for each dollar in sales. The price sales ratio is less than 10, so you are getting a significant discount from the all-time highs. So people were willing to pay almost a 60 multiple, 40 multiple. A little over 2 months ago, this was trading at 17, 18, so this is already near half of that. So this is a pretty high ratio, but for a high growth stock, this is actually a really good entry. And this is the analyst price targets for DraftKings. I don't follow these too much because normally they're way overestimated. They do have a pretty decent sampling from about 19 analysts, but this is just for your information. Essentially, you're getting a full year's worth of development. So right now you're paying about $30. This was all the way back from June 2020. So this whole year, they've basically expanded licensing, partnerships, product and everything, and you're still getting the value from last year. That's one of the reasons that I think it could be a good starting opportunity here. especially with the NFT stuff. I think that's just a whole new market that they're going to start to approach, and it looks like they're trying to do that expansion pretty fast. As you can tell, the metaverse is going to be something pretty big. Just by doing that ETF, you know that there'll be blue chip stocks eventually jumping on board, and these guys are being quick to adapt that, and I think that's great. So for the most part, the market was green today, but I do want to point out that there are some big events Thursday and Friday. We do have those jobless claims that normally come out on Thursday, so watch out for that. And then on Friday, do expect some inflation and then the federal budget talks. If you guys still want to get a position, this could provide an opportunity. It may not happen, but definitely be on the lookout. Well guys, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you learned something. I think this NFT news is huge, basically giving us a teaser of what's to come into the metaverse. And so just thinking about betting inside the metaverse is going to be huge, and that, to be honest, gave me a little bit of FOMO. But you guys definitely do your own research, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you bought the dip or if you plan on waiting until after things settle down. Anybody that got under 30, congratulations. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Sonic boom!